putting the finishing touches on the dish that we were working on earlier in the show here in Merrickville. Joining me once again, owner and founder here at Mrs. McGarrigle's, the lovely Janet. All right, so this is the vinaigrette that we made.
Yes, it is.
And the reason why I wasn't supposed to dump the entire thing into the pan of spinach was so you could finish it off.
We want to save a little bit and just pour it over a little bit over the chicken as well to just marry the flavors. Yes.
And so now we used some of the Mrs. McGarrigle's mustard in the vinaigrette, but you've also combined some with the coating for the chicken, right?
Yes, yeah, I marinated the chicken in our classic whole grain mustard, just a little bit of olive oil and some fresh thyme. And that's it, a bit of pepper, and just grilled it about, 5 minutes aside, and that's it. Very easy, very simple, but really tasty.
And the potatoes?
The potatoes are, yeah, they're made with our Cajun spice.
Oh, which one is that?
And that's our spice blend here that actually started the company with like 25 years ago. And we just started making it again in the last few months. People have still been asking for it, and we hadn't been making it for several years. So
I've been nibbling on those potatoes all morning. They're good. Okay, what are we making now?
We're making these little palmiers with prosciutto, and we're going to use Gruyere and Parmesan. And we're going to use our chipotle lime mustard this time. Okay,
so what do we need to do to the dough? You've rolled it out.
This is a puff pastry made with butter, and so just, I just rolled it out just to stretch it out a little bit. I find it a bit thick as it comes. I'm just going to cut it in half here, and we'll just work with this half at a time. So what you want to do is, and I'll let you do that job. You want to start with mustard. We want a really nice, lots of mustard on there. Back of the spoon works really well.
Okay.
There you go.
And then just spread it. Now should it go from one corner to the other?
Yes, that's great.
Okay, so really I need more mustard.
You can't really have too much.
Okay, well, last time I was cooking with you, I got way ahead of myself. Okay, and now can you kind of use different variations of the mustard?
Oh, definitely you could, depending on which flavor you'd like.
Okay.
And okay, that's awesome.
That's probably you want to. And we're using, as Janet mentioned, the chipotle lime, which is not only an award winner, but one of your best sellers, right?
It is. It is. It's still my favorite mustard as well. So it's great on anything grilled. It's got that nice smokiness and the fresh lime as well. Okay. So we're going to take prosciutto next.
Okay.
And we'll just make it fit, fill it up. We're going to top it with some,
Okay. And I'll let you, which cheese do you want?
Okay, we're going to use a combination of both. So we have a cave-aged Gruyere, I should say.
Cave-aged Gruyere?
There's no cages. Okay. And some Parmesan as well, some Reggiano, which we're going to put on top when you're all set here.
Okay, how am I doing?
Yeah.
And I feel like this extra piece just needs to be eaten.
I think I'd want to put a little bit more possible.
Okay.
Can we do that?
For sure, I'll open the other package. Yep.
I'm going to
where's this recipe
put the cheese on top. It's just something that I made up. That's something that's a great sort of appetizer, nice kind of salty, yummy snack.
You can pretty much put prosciutto in anything.
Yeah, really.
Okay.
You could use Serrano too if you like the Spanish. It's very good too.
And the difference between Serrano and prosciutto?
One is from Spain. It definitely has a different flavor. But they're interchangeable, really.
Okay.
That's good.
Show me how to roll before we go.
Okay, so what we're going to do, you take your half. You start over there. We're going to roll up.
Okay.
We're going to connect in the middle. Whoops, I'll slow down.
Oh, sorry. Okay. There we go.
There we go. Okay, that's a healthy one. So we're just going to pinch here.
Bigger than that one.
We do have the finished product here that we made this morning. So what we're going to do is we'll take a little bit of water, and then we're going to just slice them about 1/4 inch thick.
Okay.
And then we're going to bake them on some parchment in the oven.
Thank you so much for having us today. It's always a pleasure to spend some time with you. We've got a lot of food to eat here, so I'm looking forward to that. But if you go to the Mrs. McGarrigle's website, you can look at all of the information. But honestly, the store in and of itself is worth the drive here to Merrickville just because you've got such a lovely staff and a great setup.
Thank you so much.
It was my pleasure.